Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for yet another match of the Los Angeles Sevens. Currently, there is a match going on between Kenya and England, and it seems like Kenya may be able to pick up their first win of the day, whereas Samoa, they are coming off a victory. Scotland, they are also coming off a victory, a hard-fought victory, that is, up against France. So, extremely close game for them. Samoa, a little bit more one-sided in their game up against the Kenyans, although still some good fight from Kenya in that game. Looking through at the squad for Samoa, it's going to be Va'a Pilamaliko in the starting lineup alongside Yuna Sioni, Valvasa Afasua, Paul Scanlon, Malani Matavao, Steve Onisai, and then also Neueli Letufia is in the starting lineup. Also, then for Scotland, Jamie Farndale, Ross McCann, Paddy Kelly, Harvey Elms, Robbie Ferguson, Kellen Barreto, and then Femi Sofalari. Now, the thing is, or Sofalarin, sorry. Now, he had some quick stepping feet in that first game up against the French, or is it actually Ireland? They might have Ireland in their group. Someone's got Ireland, and I can't remember where Ireland slots into the whole thing, but I don't think Ireland are in this grouping. They aren't, no. They would have had, okay, a very angry Englishman I do see on there. I've gotten a little bit confused at who's in what pool, but I do know that currently Samoa is sitting very nicely, and so happy, says Tamahe, and also we've got to go Samoa, and God bless our boys, says Taufau, and there as well. It's going to be epic to see these two sides go head-to-head. Samoa have currently been looking pretty decent since returning to the Sevens circuit only a short number of months ago, whereas Scotland, they have been on the scene for a little bit longer, but they should still have a very good opportunity of being able to cause the upset. I do see that they haven't gone with Jordan Edmonds in their starting lineup. A little bit of a risk, you would have to say, as he is a super player to have out there in the starting lineup. And then for Samoa, they have got Falaniko coming off the bench alongside Owen Nui and Motu Opitai. But now both sides making their way out onto the park. They are running about 5 minutes behind at the moment for the Sevens. You normally get that with a bit of injury time and everything along those lines. So Fiji versus France, maybe 5 minutes later than we did first initially have it scheduled as well. But like I mentioned, Jamie Farndale, the skipper, that is a good vertical leap from whoever that was. I think that was Kalen Barreto and Va'a Pilamaliko. Now, there is a lot of honor with that man. He got 2 tries in the first game, and then after that, when he had the opportunity to score his third, he gave it off to the young fella in his side to allow Noela Lavea to be able to get his first ever try for Samoa. Subscribe and like the video, says Tamahe, so I do appreciate that very much, mate. Anyone else who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be back for the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and also the rest of the group stage matches for Samoa that are to come. And to offer again, Hamish, good luck, Manu, says Kingi To'o. And if Samoa do manage to win this game relatively comfortably, I believe that books themselves their spot through to the next stage of the competition, which would be the quarterfinal. Hey, Hamish, it's 2:08 a.m. in India, says Sanatane. Yeah, nice early morning start for yourself when it comes to the Sevens. Here in New Zealand, we are sitting 8:38 a.m., so not too bad currently. First game of the Sevens started at 4:20 a.m. We have been up ever since. Nicely taken there by Sofalarin, goes across to Barreto. Seems like Scotland inside of their own 22 are looking to be relatively aggressive early on. Ferguson keeps the ball alive, goes across to Ross McCann. Last thing you want is for Samoa to be able to get that early turnover. It's going to be some quick stepping feet from Sofalarin. And he has certainly got that fast twitch fiber, he seems to be able to break through tackles and also just really confuse defenders when it comes to the way that he steps. Now, still going to be available once again here for Scotland, going short side. It's in the hands of Paddy Kelly, one of the bigger players in that Scottish lineup. Little bit of a loose ball. It's going to be a knock-on advantage to Scotland, though. Goes through the legs of Ross McCann, and they will be going back for the initial scrum feed for Scotland. So the first minute gone in this contest, we have seen all possession in favour of the Scottish, but they are still stuck inside of their own 22. That is something that Samoa will be relatively happy about. Of course, not happy about dropping that ball, though. 8:39 in New Zealand, says Tamahe there. Certainly is. So, yeah, the next day of the Sevens, I believe, starts at about 5 a.m. New Zealand time when it comes to the quarterfinals, and maybe about 3 or 4 a.m. when it is for those 9 to 16 playoff games. The ball's going to bounce out the back now from Barreto. Gives it off to Ferguson. One more on the outside to Sofalarin. Tries to break through the tackle with Scanlon, who's got him down 45 metres out from the line here for Scotland. And it's another penalty Tuero Kurbalo applied to play for the Wallabies. Says Nathan, he did indeed. I'm wondering whether or not he will get in or whether they do leave him out. But now that is going to be a drop ball from Ross McCann. The last thing they needed there was a mistake, and it's going back now. Scrum feed for the Samoans. That's the thing. Currently for Australia, you'd have to say they have got enough halfbacks. Nick White, they've got Tate McDermott, Jake Gordon, and then probably a couple other young options. So I don't know whether or not they will go for Tuero Kurbalo. If they did get to sign for them, it would be interesting to see how he would slot in and how they would utilize him in that Wallabies lineup. Now about to be fed in by, I believe that will be Letufia about to put this ball in for Samoa. It's at the back, goes across to Malani Matavao, one of the co-captains for the Samoans. Nice bit of stepping there from Paul Scanlon. Now back across, rush defense from Jamie Farndale has been able to stop the Samoans in their tracks 40 meters out from their own line. Malani Matavao doesn't quite get that pass. Instead, they go with the skip pass. Bitai, believe, will be coming off the bench later on in this contest alongside Falaniko. I'm wondering when they do decide to unleash those subs Samoa. They did go quite early in their first game. I think that was because they knew they had Scotland. And the next one, wait, what? New Zealand is in the final. They are pretty much there at the moment. Nick White's all over the news, says Nathan. He certainly is. He is not a very popular man at the moment. Now, it's going to be in the hands of Scotland. Number 13 offloads nicely to Harvey Elms. Actually, the first time we've seen him carry the ball today. Close to turning it over, but Scotland get the penalty on the halfway line. Yes, would be interesting to Dave and to reconnect that old Chiefs flame. And also, thanks for the update, bro. I was thinking about that. And 15-10 to Scotland, says Kevin, for that one. And also, where do you live? So I am in the South Island of New Zealand, somewhere called Canterbury, if you do know whereabouts that region is. Scrum feed for Scotland. 3.5 minutes gone already in this first half. And neither side able to get themselves a singular point. So a bit of a stalemate. If Samoa win this game, they will book themselves a spot in the quarterfinal. All but, I guess you could say, they just need to make sure that they don't have a bad game up against England. Gone down in the front. And now they have done nicely to keep that one alive for the Scottish. It's going to be Barreto. Goes across now to Ferguson. One more to Harvey Elms. He hasn't got a huge amount of space at all. He does find the offload to Ferguson, who keeps it alive. Now it's a loose ball. Samoa pounce on it. Now Yuna Sione slings it across, and now Falaneko. In fact, it's going to be a Pilo Maleko. He's got enough pace, and he puts the ball down and scores yet again another try for the Samoans. I live in Nelson, New Zealand, South Island. And there says Tamahe. And also Hamish, we live in Hokitika. Great morning here, says Kevin. Yeah, it's a little bit more overcast here in the region that I'm in. 7 degrees Celsius, but hopefully it does warm up a little bit later on. Don't be shy and hit the likes for Hamish Solid Commentary. Says Nathan in there. And it's nicely done by Va'a Pilo Maleko. As much as Farndale wanted to be able to catch him, he just couldn't quite reach out enough to be able to stop him. So Va'a Pilo Maleko adds the 5. Can Malani Matavao add the extra 2? Oh, it's at the post and it's come back to him. So that is a big miss for Malani Matavao. Would have been a useful 2 points for Va'a Pilo Maleko. Currently sitting on 33 tries and only the 12 tournaments that he has taken part in. But Samoa will be kicking off this one. Malani Matavao puts it high. Don't think that one's going. Oh, it does just go the 10. Now back across. Paddy Kelly goes now to Kalen Barreto. Scotland find themselves only a few meters out from their own line here. They've got to be careful not to get forced too far back. Scanlon tries to get over the ball. Now Harvey Elm sees a bit of space on the short side. Goes off. Now to Sofalaran. One pass. It was a little bit over the edge of Ross McCann, but he did beautifully to be able to stop it. Now he gets straight back up to his feet. It's going to be a loose ball. It's gone backwards, they say. Yuna Sione in the breakdown for Samoa, and they win the penalty as well. Malo Mano. And there says Apela Amo. Now, nice work from Yuna Sione. Finds the offload across to Scanlon, who has to hurdle one of the Scottish defenders who was lying down on the ground. Malani Matavao. Good run forward. Pilo Maleko again will get another try for himself. That is the second of the match. He has actually scored almost every try for Samoa throughout this Sevens competition. The only difference is that last try he assisted in their last game because he was willing to give it up. so that the youngster could get himself the try. And yeah, goes Samoa, says Tamahe, sorry, and also from New Zealand. And yeah, and also the Scots conceded a try from England. That's how bad they are, says Sebastian. And yeah, Kenya beating England. Did actually say earlier on that they had a very good chance of being able to do so. That kick has missed once again. 10 seconds left in this first half. So not too much time at all for Scotland to get back into it. But still, with those missed conversions, they can be a very costly thing. But the chiropractor, Brian Lima, 64 tests for Samoa. He was in the Samoan Sevens from 1993 to 2005, and he played in 5 Rugby World Cups. There's one of those just around the corner for the Sevens, and it is going to be in Cape Town. Kicked off by Milani Matavao, now waiting for that one to come down. It is going to be back onto the side of Samoa. Milani Matavao gives it off to Afasua. Now looking to the corner. Onisai, he's done enough. And he gets in again. And Steve Onisai has got the try for Samoa. They are now going to be leading by even more, 15 points to 0, heading into halftime. Go Manu. And yeah, as well. But Steve Onisai, that is his first try of the Los Angeles Sevens. Slapped it back was Va'a Pilomaliko. Then Matavao got it. Afasua saw the man on his outside, and Onisai able to finish hat-trick coming up for England. My boy bro, 21 years old, says Sanatane. And then also we have there, let's go, Manu, says TT. I can't believe Steve Onisai is 20. He is 2 years younger than myself. It's a long kick, and it's missed away to the right-hand side. But the score at halftime is now 15 points to 0 in favour of the Samoan Sevens. So 3 unconverted tries, but 3 successful tries in the first place, which is certainly something that could help them towards a quarterfinal spot. Now, I haven't quite worked out who they will be playing in the quarterfinal, but we will be covering all the quarterfinal matches on the channel tomorrow night when they do take place. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, let me know who you think will be the first try scorer of the second half. I mean, not saying Va'a Pilomaliko seems like a big risk because of how well he does normally go. Currently, they are talking to Billy Odiambo, who was able to bring up his 100th try in the game up against England. 19 points to 7. And yeah, Kenya might actually find themselves a possible second spot. Depending on what happens in Kenya versus Scotland, we could see Kenya making their way through to the quarterfinals, which would be absolutely massive. It's all about the points differential. And currently, if Samoa are able to get themselves about 3 or 4 more tries in that second half, that will certainly hurt the Scottish a little bit more. Now, the second half just about to get underway in LA. And also we have the yep. And Amanu says, Tamahe, and how do you know? Pretty much, I did see the tables a little bit earlier on. So that's how we do know roughly what it is sitting for the tables. But yeah, they do certainly want a lot more tries. Hello, everyone, says Ian Foster. Yeah, I see you changed your profile picture, unless, of course, you are a different Ian Foster than one that we did have earlier on. Although if I was Ian Foster, I would also have multiple accounts, although I wouldn't have my name as the account name. Now, kicking off for Scotland here, 7 minutes to try and turn this game around. Jamie Farndale, the captain, he's got to try and rev his side up, but Ferguson kicks us off for the second half. Going to be bouncing back, and Farndale doesn't quite receive that one, but now it's going to be out to the short side. Nice work from Ross McCann, who's up to 22 out. Now, firing pass from Barreto out to Ferguson. One more. This is now looking better for Scotland. They're on the offensive here. Ferguson, one more out. Going to be those quick stepping feet of the Scottish number 13. He's run back about 40 metres there, but he has still kept it on the side of Scotland. Great tackle made. Slap back by Paddy Kelly. Wide cutout pass off to the captain, Farndale. Great low tackle on him by Scanlon. And Samoa just seem to be a lot more aggressive when it comes to the breakdown. Oh, that's going to be a yellow card. That was too aggressive for that one. But now nice step from Ferguson. Good last-ditch tackle from Steve Onisai. A little bit of a weak effort from Milani Matavao. Now, they are giving it as a penalty to Samoa, but I think they've got to go back and have a look at that tip tackle, I would think. But I don't think they're going to actually be checking it against Samoa. And also we have got that Jahu. And then Ian Foster, what the hell, says Tamahe. And also we have got that, if you're a real Ian Foster, Stephen Peter, my favourite player, says Tamahe. That one has been kicked into touch, but he's probably very lucky to avoid at least a penalty against the Samoan player for the slight tip tackle that he did have a bit earlier on. But 5.5 minutes left on the clock. Samoa will have themselves a line-out throw from about 35 out from their own line. And Letufia does throw it in. It's going to be slapped down by Samoa. Nice work. Letufia now gives it off to Mataval. Tries to step on the inside, but dragged down nicely by Paddy Kelly. Good back line moving from Samoa. The quick hands. And now Paul Scanlon. So I'd say he wants to try and back his pace. Going around, using the referee to his advantage there. But Reto's going to be able to steal the ball now. And now Scotland on the offensive. Being able to get straight back into this game if they can get a try right now. Scotland. It's a good run sideways from Harvey Elms. Offloads nicely. Now they're not going to be able to stop Callum Young, I wouldn't think, although Letufia and Va'apilo Maleko has been able to. And now gets back up to his feet. Still going to be short of line by 0.5 metre. Round the side, Farndale's dropped it. It's a double blow of the whistle, but I believe they're going back, and it's going to be a yellow card for a cynical play of the ball by Va'apilo Maleko. Uploads to the mugshots. And this is Nathan, and also we have got there, I think Ian Foster is Scottish. And yeah, that's most definitely the real Ian Foster, says Sebastian. And are you broke and can't afford a profile picture? Or uploads your mugshot from prison days, Ian Foster, and also Desperate Samoan defence, says Hanoi. They've just been able to keep them out. It's a professional foul, as they've said. Yuna Sione has gone to the bin. I'm not sure about Va'apilo Maleko's tactic initially, because he did actually start off trying to slap the ball out of the hands rather than making the tackle, which meant they got a lot closer than they initially would have. Seems like Samoa making a couple of changes. 37 passes made by Samoa so far with 4 minutes 30 left on the clock. No easy points, says the New Age. And Taufau has got the emojis in the chat. He is hoping that Samoa can get themselves a win for this one. I would be if I had a long nose like Pinocchio, says Nathan. Now Barreto. They need 3 tries, as the commentators have said. A little bit of pre-engagement there from Samoa. Scotland with Barreto. He goes in. He smacked into the post pretty hard. But he has been able to score the try for the Scottish. He is currently staying down a bit longer. I think he took quite the knock on the spine. He almost bent around the post. And he doesn't look in a good way at the moment. Ian Foster, featuring the new Pinocchio film on Disney Plus. Watch for free. Says Nathan, to be honest, I don't care what you think. What you think, Hampshire, bro, and fans, 100, and fans, you're always abusing me, says Ian Foster. See, that's the thing. Ian Foster doesn't actually have social media. Just fun fact there. So that's probably the thing that possibly ruins the story just a little bit. And also we have got there, come on, Scotland, says David the Mod, and also poor Samoa, says Tamahe. Yeah, a little bit back into the contest now. Scotland sitting 7 points to the 15 of Samoa. Now it's going to be knocked on by Samoa again. Be going back for the initial knock on for Zia Smart. If no social media, says Hanoi there. Will Jordan said he wants to play 15. I said it will no. There's Ian Foster. Yeah, he probably, that's the thing. I understand why he wouldn't want social media, because any type of social media, it'd just get destroyed. And if he did have social media, he should have done what Rassie Erasmus did. Or not Rassie Erasmus. Yeah, it was Rassie Erasmus, wasn't it? And go undercover with a social media account. And it looks a bit like the guy who abducted kids from Pinocchio, says Sebastian for Fozzie. Is that? There he is. On a stick. 3 minutes left. Yunasione, he's got 20 minutes left that he will be, 20 seconds left. I have Rassie's phone number. And if they score 14 to 15, and there's a good chance, Jordan Edmonds, though, driven into touch. Brilliant work by Milani Mataval down the wing. And Opitai decides he wants to take it quickly, but they have said that they do have to go back and take it again. Harma Pro Sebastian, says Nathan there. But Milani Mataval getting around the bootlaces of Jordan Edmonds, keeping them alive. Looks like, look, he's on a stick. And there's Nathan. Throwing into the back. Nice work from Samoa. Short ball to Milani Mataval. He's gone through. I think it's going to be a foot race, and I don't think he's winning it. Ross McCann's on him, but this time now finding the offload, and they do go in with Motu Opitai, who is able to score the try for Samoa. So now they take a little bit more of a lead here. And have there been any upsets today? USA bet this blitz box by 14 points or 12 points, I think it might have been. It was a massive upset. And what number looking at? Says Damahe, and he takes innocent boys and turns them into donkeys, just like Fozzie. Upset, angry, furious, says Ian Foster. And I was like, yeah. Says TT, and where's the Sevens held? It is actually in Los Angeles, California. Well, thank you, Kiwi lads. Says Taufau. And yeah, very nice run from Motu Opitai to be able to run all the way there. It was the support run that really set up that try for Samoa. They could have easily had Ross McCann chase down Malani Matavao, but instead managed to find that offload as well. Now he turns them into a Hobbit featuring the new Lord of My Fingers, says Nathan. Now going for the low grubber attempt there. A little bit of a different tactic from Samoa has worked out not too badly, although Scotland have now got this ball back. It's another penalty. They take the quick tap there. I believe it was Harvey Elms trying to keep this ball alive. Now pass on the outside. Where is Jordan Edmonds? That's the big question. They haven't needed to use him yet, though. Nice pass on the inside. Off to Harvey Elms. Hard, beautiful offload. But Steve on his side, just able to keep it alive. And that is absolutely brilliant work from Samoa with the counter ruck. And I believe they've got the turnover as well. That is sensational work. It's gone down scrum feed for Samoa. That is defense of the highest order. And as I said, this is Nathan. And as I said, he told me that the Statue of Liberty has a heart. Says Tamahe, does it? I did not know that. And also King of the Losers for Foster. Says Spider-Meg. But yeah, Samoa, if they win this game, they will be sitting at the top. So what Kenya need to do is beat Scotland by 15 points as we currently sit, or 14 points in fact. Or Samoa need to get themselves another try, but I don't believe they will. I think they will be considering kicking this ball out after the 10 seconds, as they have got themselves that decent points differential. So there's actually still a chance that Kenya could find their way through to the quarterfinals. Oh, going to be the penalty to Samoa. That is the siren. They take the tap, and they do kick the ball into touch. That will be the end of the game. 22 points to 7 in favour of the Samoans. So a good win to have over Scotland, who are always a tough side to beat. Samoa, they were able to fire better in that second half. Because of it, they are rewarded with their second win. And no matter what, now I believe they have secured themselves a spot in the quarterfinals. But nonetheless, we do thank you all very much for tuning in. Our next live stream that we are going to be doing will be at 9:31. It says that is Fiji versus France, but I believe they may be running slightly further behind. So we'll just have a quick look to see if they have got any other games in between. No, I think that will be all right. I think it is 9:31 that the next game is going to be taking place. So thank you all very much for tuning in. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new, and we will see you all